So everybody is depressed. As I'm going through the YouTube channels and everyone's depressed and this is happening and it's time for me to evaluate my life, it's time for me to put down social media and so on and so forth, and it just goes on. Why is everyone depressed? Hello and welcome back to Azania Workshops. I literally wanted to jump on here really quickly to talk a quick bit about an element of depression and how to deal, well, not how to deal with it on a whole, but just how to look at what's going on as a whole in terms of everyone being depressed. Look, I've experienced depression and still go on to live with depression. In fact, I watched somebody's YouTube the other day. She was a doctor and she spoke about high functioning depression, which basically means that you continue to exist and get done what you need to get done even though you're depressed. Now that is me. And what happens is I focus, once I've got my focus goes away. That's what I'm trying to say. Depression just goes away. But I wasn't trying to get into mine and I wasn't trying to make this about me. What I wanted to do was to look at it overall. Now, because most of my work is about transition, getting you from point A to point B, getting you to see yourself, how you saw yourself this way to now see yourself this way so you can elevate and evolve. But my thinking on this depression argument is everybody right now is transitioning. Everybody is on a shift. If you notice, language that was only used before, say for instance, in The Secret, the book by, The Secret, I can't remember her name. I didn't read it because I'd been reading books before that book came out about it, so I get the premise. So language that was law of attraction, the powerful laws and all of that. You notice now it's being used in mainstream and people are really getting an understanding of what they thought was so miraculous and great before is now nothing. What people were striving for before is really empty and meaningless. And then everyone's kind of woken up and gone, what the fuck? Like, so you mean to tell me this is nothingness? This is not Nevada? This is not heaven? Like, what the fuck am I doing then? And so everyone's just gotten on this crash. The people that are mentally motivated and, emotionally aware of who they are, at least, and striving to get somewhere and to be someone, have noticed that this is not making much sense. So it's almost this universal crash and everyone's gone, what the fuck? Like, what now? And so everybody is depressed. But what it really is, if you look over the depression, so like if you're looking down on what's going on for everybody, you can see that everybody's actually shifting. So it's my thing to jump on here today and say, if you are going through that transition, that depression, I want you now to look above your depression, look down on it and going, but what am I depressed about? Like, what actually am I feeling here? What do I actually want to feel? What would my life look like outside of depression? Yeah? And once you start looking for questions or looking for answers that are bigger than your situation, because what you can tend to do, you can sit in it and going, I'm depressed. Maybe it was because of before, which it probably is. Or it's what you might not be able to achieve in the future. Yeah? So it's either what has occurred before or what you feel like you might not be able to achieve in the future. And what you do, you smashing them realities into your reality now and going, everything's fucked. But really, if you check the reality that you're in now, if you check that the presence that you're in, like say for instance, I'm talking to you because this came to me about depression. If I stay here with it, it's like this is just what's happening right now, and then it becomes absolutely fine. And I know if anyone depressed is going to watch this now, they're going to be like, no, you don't understand, you're not a psychologist, and la 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 la. But if you're big enough to not big enough, like if you're big enough, you know, I'm not trying to get at you, but if you're aware of your emotional intelligence in being able to see yourself almost like as a third person, and being able to look above what is going on and be able to go, I'm experiencing this because you're going to be able to bring to light not only what it is that you're experiencing, not only being able to analyze and articulate better what it is, but you're going to be able to shift and move past that depression, because depression is just transition. Now, I'm not saying that from a psychological or, you know, a doctor. I'm saying that from my experience on how I manage to transition from a place of real, like, more than low mood, more than depressed, like real suicidal, this ain't fucking working out. There's no point in me being here, to a place of, you know what, because you see my depression now, it works where if I've set myself goals and things to achieve and I don't achieve them, I get depressed. I get depressed because what I'm trying to look for is ways that suit my character in how to get things done. And the minute I can't find them, and then I don't achieve what I need to achieve, I'm done. I'm like, no, it's never gonna work out. Where before it was like my whole life was a depression. Everything wasn't working out. My relationship, the house, the kids, everything was done out. So listen, just a quick word to whatever you're experiencing and whatever you're going through, always to try and look at it from a higher perspective and look down into it, so that you can resolve and you can find solutions to what's going on with yourself, because it is yourself that's going to give yourself the answers. That's the thing. There's no one coming. There's no one coming from the sky. And I should know because I screamed at the sky. I'll tell you a story about that another time, when those with sensitive ears are perhaps not listening. But anyway, listen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Send me some comments. Tell me what you're thinking. When you're thinking in your higher mind, with your higher self and your higher being, what depression is all about and why everyone might be experiencing that depression. And until the next video, take care, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Hold on, I don't gone yet. I wanted to come back on here to say subscribe, but guess what? I only want you to subscribe if you're really feeling what I'm saying and what I'm talking about. If you really want to work out what's going on for yourself and you really want to be bigger than what you know yourself to be already, hit subscribe, hit that bell. I realised what that bell thing was. When you hit subscribe from your laptop, I'm not sure it works on your computer, but when you hit subscribe from your laptop, then there's a bell, and as soon as I upload a video, you'll be able to be the first one to work out your shit. What the hell? Hit subscribe, man. Like, don't dislike me. You see, if you dislike me, yeah, your mum. But no, I'm taking a piece. Listen, I will see you next time. Subscribe.